Once upon a time, in the most colorful corner of fairyland, there was a magical forest called the Sharing Forest. In this forest, various animals lived happily together. The most adorable residents of the forest were little giraffe Zara and tiny rabbit Tomi. Zara and Tomi were inseparable best friends in the Sharing Forest. They loved spending time together. One day, deep in the forest, they discovered a shimmering fruit tree they had never seen before. The fruits of this tree were both very rare and very delicious. However, there was only one fruit left on the tree. Tomi said, "You should eat this magnificent fruit, Zara. You are my best friend." Zara replied, "No, no, I want you to taste this flavor, Tomi." As the two good friends offered the fruit to each other, they began to understand the importance of sharing and friendship. Finally, they made a decision together. They carefully divided the fruit in half and each took a share. The fruit was even more delicious than they had expected, but the real taste was hidden in the happiness of sharing together. After this incident, the friendship between Zara and Tomi became even stronger. They both realized that true happiness lay in sharing what they had with those they loved. With the lesson they learned from this experience, they set an example for the other inhabitants of the forest. As days passed, the spirit of sharing and cooperation among the animals living in the Sharing Forest became more widespread. Everyone started helping each other more and sharing more often. The forest became a place worthy of its name. Thanks to the power of friendship and sharing, a strong unity and happiness formed among the inhabitants of the forest like never before. And thus, the small change initiated by Zara and Tomi, sharing a little fruit, turned into a wave of love and happiness that enveloped the entire forest. The inhabitants of the Sharing Forest learned that friendship and sharing are the most valuable treasures one can possess. As our story continues with the wave of sharing created by Zara and Tomi in the forest, I depicted a scene showing how their small but meaningful actions affected other animals around them. The happiness of the two friends leaves a bright mark on the world around them. One day, a celebration was decided to be held in the forest. All the forest dwellers would come together to celebrate the friendship and unity in the Sharing Forest. When the celebration day arrived, each animal prepared something according to their abilities. Some composed songs, some performed dances, and some made delicious treats. On this special day, Zara and Tomi decided to plant a friendship tree at the highest point of the forest where everyone could see. This tree would be a symbol of the time they spent together and the shared happiness they experienced, both in the past and in the future. The planted tree grew a little more each day and became a place that brought the inhabitants of the forest together. Meetings held under the tree led to decisions about the future of the forest. New friendships were formed, and everyone worked for the good of each other. Underneath this tree, Zara and Tomi once again realized how beautiful life is when shared and spent together. And thus, the Sharing Forest became not just a forest, but also a paradise of friendship and sharing, as its name suggests. At the end of our story, Zara and Tomi, along with the other inhabitants of the forest, learned that sharing and friendship are powerful tools that can change the world. And everyone continued on their way happily, looking forward to many more beautiful days ahead.